Witcher 4 just got some interesting news. The game's director recently went on a podcast and spoke about The Witcher 4, and during that podcast he revealed some pretty interesting news that I think you'll want to hear. We also got a new look at Ciri for a special celebration that has a lot of fans talking. We'll talk about that in a bit. And could there be trouble in paradise with The Witcher 4's development due to the Unreal Engine 5? Well, according to a new rumor started by the director for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, The Witcher 4 might be going through some development issues. We have a lot to talk about, guys, so check the video chapters for easy viewing. And also, I'm giving away a PlayStation 5 at 175k subs. To enter, it's really easy. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment your Twitter handle, and then send me proof that you're subscribed either to my Twitter or my Instagram, and that will enter you for a chance to win. I'll leave full details in the pinned comment. So let's just go ahead and get started. We got a new image revealed for The Witcher 4, and it showcases Ciri on a horse. And then on the side of the horse, you could see a trophy, which happens to be of a snake, which, as you guys can see from the image as well, there's 3 snakes, which was posted in celebration for the Year of the Snake. On their Twitter account, they said, "Happy Year of the Snake. May the new year bless you with wisdom, joy, and opportunities." Now, this image actually sparked conversation on social media about the look and design of Ciri, as well as just the overall aesthetic, with many referencing that this looks like Ciri from The Witcher 3 more than it looks like Ciri from the new trailer. And it also doesn't look like she's wearing the same armor or the Witcher armor that she had in the new trailer. But the thing that a lot of people pointed out was actually the trophy on the side of the horse, and that is of a viper, which according to the wiki, vipers are large reptiles. They're like vipers the size of alligators, and they can stretch their jaws wide, but the fangs are not so much of a threat as they look. However, the poison is what does the killing. Now, back in 2013 and 2014, there was actually some leaked materials for The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt, where the Whipper was put down as a possible monster, but was inevitably removed during the development. Now, if you're a Gwent enjoyer, then you know that the Viper is also featured in that game as well. So this brings us to a very interesting bit of news, and this is coming from actually the director of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Daniel Vavra, or Varva, I don't really know the pronunciation, but he recently was on a podcast. It sparked some pretty interesting discussions about the challenges of developing games on the Unreal Engine 5, and he actually spoke to developers over at CDPR and other developers who worked on Unreal Engine 5 open world games, and from the sound of it, things might not be looking too good for The Witcher 4, but let's just go ahead and just jump into the news. Now, I do want to preface that some of the stuff that Daniel said was translated from his language to English, so it might not sound as bad as it does. Like, this could be a total translation error and some of the context is missing, but let's just go ahead and get into it. So in speaking on a podcast about the differences between Unreal Engine 5 and CryEngine, which they use for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Daniel was asked the question, "I wonder why you chose CryEngine over Unreal Engine." To which he said, "Because at the time, nothing else could handle it like this. And to be fair, Unreal couldn't even run it today." He then said this, "I talked with guys who are making The Witcher 4 or from studios that are just trying to make some open world games on Unreal because there aren't really any open world games on Unreal Engine." Well, no, that's not entirely true. All of those big games have their own engines. Assassin's Creed, everything like that is on their own engines. And now CD Projekt Red just switched to Unreal, even though in my opinion, they had a good proprietary engine. Daniel then went on to say, "Well, I've heard some rumors that they're quite like thinking if they didn't make a mistake. Well, I talked to someone whose name I obviously can't say, and I said to him, 'So what about Unreal?' To which the game developer that he couldn't name said, 'Great, we already have pieces done like some landscapes.' To which Daniel said, 'Well, what about in open world?' To which the dev said, 'Not yet.' Daniel then went on to say, 'When did they announce it? A year or two ago, and it still doesn't work as good as on their old engine. Now, how did they actually improve the graphics for the consoles and so on? It's still beautiful.' The KCD2 director then went on to say that when we tried to use it, Unreal told us everything would work, and it just didn't. We put 3 lights there and it was effed up. With CryEngine, we put 20 lights and 10 times as many trees and it worked." So yeah, it sounds like Daniel did not have the greatest experience with Unreal Engine 5 or just Unreal Engine in general, and that's why they decided to go with CryEngine for KCD2, which that game is a technical marvel that looks gorgeous. Yeah, going back to what he said earlier during that podcast, he mentioned that he actually spoke with somebody working on The Witcher 4 and how the game could be going through development hell due to his experience with Unreal Engine, and the fact that the developer over at CDPR mentioned that they have some pieces done in some landscapes, but nothing in open world yet, which it is worth mentioning that we don't know when Daniel spoke to the developer over at CDPR. It could have been a few years ago. We don't actually know the timeline. If I were to guess, I would say that they've probably already started working on the open worlds. If this only took place a few months ago or sometime last year, I would be a bit concerned about how long this game is going to take, especially now that we know that the game is out of the pre-production stage and in the full development stage, I would hope and kind of assume that they're already working on just the open world aspect and, you know, getting the main quest line done. Now, on the topic of whether or not The Witcher 4 will go through any development hell or any development issues is all kind of up in the air. Like, am I concerned about Unreal Engine 5 with The Witcher 4? Of course I am. I mean, I'm an Arc player, dude. I play dinos on a big open world in Unreal Engine 5 that doesn't always work that great. The performance is also kind of bad. So yeah, whenever the announcement was that they were moving away from their proprietary engine, the Red engine, yeah, I was a bit concerned about Unreal Engine 5. But I think the partnership between Epic Games and CD Projekt Red is one that'll be fruitful because they're working with the team that is developing the engine. So if you have direct access to Epic and all of their engineers that know the engine very well, I would hope that that means The Witcher 4 will be fine in terms of that. Like, I would hope that before the game gets even close to development hell, Epic Games jumps in and it's like, hey, I got the fix for you guys. So this brings us to our next bit of news. Recently, the game director behind The Witcher 4, aka the legendary Sebastian Kalimba, was on a podcast where he actually shared some insights about the development process, various inspirations, and the philosophy driving The Witcher 4. Now, in the podcast, Kalimba revealed that he's a big fan of Naughty Dog games, and he praised the storytelling and gameplay of those games, like God of War and Hades 2, and he's also looking forward to other exciting upcoming titles like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and he essentially said that these influences seem to reflect his appreciation for rich narratives and immersive worlds, which are the big priorities for The Witcher 4. Now, during the podcast, he also confirmed that the development for The Witcher 4 consists of around 400 people, which we know, and he said all of whom are passionate Witcher fans. He said this shared love for this franchise ensures a deep respect for its lore and legacy. Additionally, he highlighted the collaboration with Epic Games, which is playing a big role in the game's technical and visual development. Now, in the podcast, he also spoke about the trailer for The Witcher 4, which was designed to evoke the feel of Andrzej Sapkowski's short stories, capturing the tone and atmosphere that fans of the books love. Kalimba then said that he loved how fans analyzed the trailer frame by frame to uncover hidden details, and then said that the characters and the monsters featured in the trailer will also appear in the game. Now, in the podcast, he also spoke about the story and just overall canon, to which he said this: the team continues to treat Sapkowski's books as the primary canon, but they also respect the narrative and world building established in the games. He then spoke about Geralt of Rivia. He said Geralt's story remains intact. He's still living at Corvo Bianco and occasionally hunting monsters and enjoying games of Gwent, to which he then said, however, the focus of The Witcher 4 shifts to Ciri, and that decision was driven by narrative coherence rather than gameplay gimmicks. Sebastian Kalimba has emphasized that they prioritize the story first and ensuring that that makes sense, and then they'll be working on making the gameplay experience just as compelling. Now, on the topic of Geralt of Rivia living in Toussaint at Corvo Bianco, he said that the video we made for the 10th anniversary where Geralt invites his friends to Corvo wasn't a coincidence. So perhaps during that 10th anniversary video, that's actually where we start our journey with The Witcher 4. Like, maybe we'll actually start off the game playing as Geralt and then we immediately switch over to Ciri, which that sounds absolutely epic. I don't want to think about it anymore because I don't want to put that in my brain. Now, throughout the podcast, he also addressed the choice to center the game around Ciri, to which Kalimba said that it was a natural progression given her role in Sapkowski's books. She is a main character in the books, and if you played The Witcher 3, that game basically foreshadowed her importance in the future of The Witcher. The topic shifted and spoke about Ciri's appearance in the trailer, to which Kalimba clarified that the lighting and her aging process, she's older now, might have contributed to some fans' reactions, but her design remains consistent with her established character. Now, Sebastian was also asked about the broader discourse surrounding the game and the representation and inclusivity in the game, and Kalimba made it clear that the team is focused on crafting a genuine and compelling story, and they plan to avoid getting caught up in external debates or pandering to trends, and instead they're prioritizing authenticity and respect for the source material, which that's all I really want. I want something that is faithful to the game and the books, and if that's what they deliver to us with The Witcher 4, then I'll be happy. So now this brings us to the big question that we all want to know, and that is, when are we gonna get the next reveal or any type of trailer or gameplay or something for The Witcher 4? Like, when is this game gonna release? Well, I know about as much as you know. It all really depends on how far along the game is. Like, they're currently still hiring for cinematic designers for The Witcher 4, and there's probably a bunch of other job listings as well. And the game recently went into full production. We don't exactly know when the pre-production started, but if we consider that they were in pre-production for like 3, maybe 4 years, or at least like right after the release of Cyberpunk 2077, that would put the game in development for around 4 years. So hopefully we get it soon. I doubt they started working on pre-production after The Witcher 3. So yeah, I would guess that the next time we get to see another trailer or some type of teaser would probably be next year. I don't think we're going to get anything else this year. Maybe they'll shock us at like the Xbox Game Showcase in June and give us like another snippet or teaser or something. And perhaps they give us another reveal during the Game Awards 2025. But yeah, only time will tell. I hope that we get something soon. My release date prediction is sometime in 2027. Let me know what yours is. That's going to wrap it up with this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.